It's Big Board Sports with Roger Weiland on 104.5 The Team.
The Siena men's basketball team home tomorrow night against Vermont. They'll play the America East team that was picked to finish first in the America East Conference. That'll be tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at the Times Union Center. So you got the week off. Not a whole lot going on here. People are in still a nice, relaxed holiday mood. Head down to the Times Union Center and check out Jimmy Patsos' team trying to get a victory and gain some momentum going into conference play. And Coach joins us every Wednesday here on Big Board Sports, and we appreciate a few minutes. Good morning, Jimmy.
Roger, how are you? What's up, Zach?
What's up, man?
Hey, Coach, I know you were listening to a little bit of the Chris Berman interview. What was your thoughts about Boomer?
Oh, come on. If you don't like him, you're not a sport. Remember, I'm from Boston originally, and like ESPN was very regional, as you know, Roger, and then we were all sitting here going, what's this station, and isn't it cool? And I got to admit, I think he was probably like one of the 2 or 3 top reasons we liked this, besides the programming, was Chris Berman, right?
No doubt. No doubt. Legend. 1979. So long time.
It's funny. Yeah, and what I was going to add was my mother was always an advocate of, good education. And she's like, he went to Brown. See, he went to Brown. In other words, like, because you'd say how much you liked him, and for some reason she knew he went to Brown, and he was in the trailer with him, right, when they started? Is that right, Roger?
That is right. I mean, that is correct. He was like there from day one, and I hope they continue to find some role for Chris Berman. I always get, you get the older you get, and things change, and younger guys come in, and all of that. But boy, it'd be hard for them to make too bold of a move with Chris Berman, because I think he's still well liked, well regarded, and it'd be hard to part company with Chris Berman. To be honest with you.
No, especially NFL. Remember when he used to be the Swami, and he had the whole back thing and all those names. He kind of led into like the Van. I'm friends with Scott Van Pelt. I know he relies on Berman and stuff like that, but. Hey, Roger, it's like you. It's a long way from the Altoona curve, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Coach. Yes, it is, Coach, And of course, Berm wasn't sure. He thinks Zach is like really, really young. Zach's not all that young, but he also doesn't realize that
young. I mean, how old are you, Zach?
I'm 29.
He's 29, and I'm not
29.
Not sure that Boom realized that I was... Like what did he say? He's 61?
Yeah.
Boomer 61?
He was leaning towards 61, 62, so we might have to add a couple of years on.
Yeah, and you and I are in the, same range, right, in that 50 range. Yeah. So we're still kicking strong. Your team's still kicking strong. How about some thoughts about where you're at right now? Mindset, Coach, Siena basketball going into the Vermont game.
It's all about, we had a good holiday, obviously a Catholic school, nothing more important than the birth of Jesus Christ, and et cetera, and Christmas holiday and giving. But we've worked hard. It's funny, we had 2 really good practices. A lot of times this time of year you struggle to get guys to practice. I think we want to get better. But, we're not taking look, we played well at Bucknell, and we were just a little lethargic. It's my fault as the head coach. I thought we were going to come out gangbusters at Hofstra. Welcome to coaching in the modern era. I was wrong. And by the time we missed some threes, and, we haven't shot the ball great. And they made some threes. And as both you and Zach know, you miss 3 threes, they make 3 threes. That's a 9-point swing. We fouled a couple of 3-point we fouled 3 3-point shooters. I'll take that on me. We did a drill yesterday. Fly sideways, make sure you don't get near the guy. They went 9 for 9 from the line of the 3 3-point shooters we fouled. Oscar's good. Jonah House got a nice team. They're picked to come in first or second in the CAA. You're not going to just walk in there and beat them. And I think we learned about effort. And sometimes the Christmas break can be, we were looking towards the break. I get that. But I thought after the Bucknell game, and we had really good practices, and I thought everything was going to be fine. And the one thing we have to work on is when something goes wrong a little, we got to just go down the other end and grind and then come back and play defense again. In other words, you're going to give up some shots. You're going to give up some points. When you play a team like Hofstra, they're kind of high scoring. You got to give up some shots. And when they make a 3, just come down and try to defend the next time. So we're working on our defense. Really looking forward to playing. Great opportunity over the holidays to play. Times Union Center, Vermont. We don't need to go over this script again. Yes, I'm playing another team that's picked to come in first in their league, first or second. This is just how it goes. And it's a great opportunity to play a good team. John Becker, friend of mine, great coach. You know, really done a great job in Vermont. I don't have to tell you two. You see him all the time. It'll probably be you two in the finals would be my prediction right now, Albany versus Vermont. And you have to keep scoring against them. They do a great job. They got a lot of good players. You know, Steidl's hurt me for 4 years. Lamb's a freshman from Rochester. Came down to us in Vermont. He chose them in a recruiting battle. Dre Willis. You know, they got Cam Ward off the bench. They got a lot of players. They shoot the three. They're well coached. So I would come out. It's going to be a really entertaining game, and it's a quality opponent, and it's downtown. You know, come on down.
Jimmy, you're really looking forward, man. You got to go a little easier on the non-conference schedule, man. Tell you what, you don't shy away from anybody non-conference, do you?
No, it's just the way it's the ideology John D'Argenio and I have adopted, and that's just how it's going to be. And you know, the problem when you play really tough non-conference, hopefully they're at home. Now you play a tough non-conference, you go on the road, and I don't have to tell you two, you know. And I think Will Brown, myself. I've talked to different coaches. It's one thing to play a tough non-conference. Then when you go on the road, you guys both know it's almost twice as hard to win. It's hard to win on the road as it is. And we dropped a couple on the road we should have stole. I'll say it's my fault as a coach. But as you two know better than anybody, it's hard to beat a good team on the road. Would you agree with that, Roger?
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that. There's no question. And you've really, you look at your schedule, You've had one quality non-conference opponent after another, and now if you get a victory against Vermont, is that it? I don't have your schedule in front of me. You own a conference play?
Please, that's it.
All right, done. One more.
But it's a great game. I tell you what, it's a great game for the fans. It's a really good. We played Vermont for a long time, and next year at this time we would be playing our MAC opener. So we can't play Vermont over the Christmas holiday next year because the MAC's scheduling policies changed, and there's no more December weekend. And the MAC, just like the Big Ten last night, I watched Maryland. Herter's team played really well. I watched Northwestern, another Under Armour, so I watched my Under Armour brethren. They won. They beat your Penn State team. The Big Ten started. Oregon plays USC, and then we will be starting at this time next year in the MAC. And that's fine because we're playing 18 games. So, but the team's working hard. We're going to might move some pieces around. Some guys might come off the bench instead of start. Nico's really healthy these days. He looks the best he's looked health-wise to me. It's Brett's 3 or 4 days off really helped him with his, tendonitis type stuff. But we just got to play. We got 18 games. We got Vermont's 19 in the first round of the MAC tournament. We have 20 games left. A lot of basketball to be played, and we're in a good state of mind to play basketball, I think, right now. School's over. Everybody made it, Some guys got 4.0s like Brett Bisping. Brett Bisping got a 4.0. Wow. I'm really not supposed to say what a guy got, but I have to applaud that. That guy has a chance to be like an academic All-American type situation. But I don't care. I haven't coached very few guys in 27 years that put the 4.0 up there. And I know that neither of you did, so you can both appreciate how tough that is.
I didn't even come close, so I can appreciate Brett Bisping. I love him as a player. I've enjoyed many interviews with him over the years, and we'll miss him when he graduates from your program. Zach, you have one question for Coach?
Yeah. I was going to say, Jimmy, a lot of talk goes into your road record, but last time I checked, you guys have played pretty well at home, and ultimately that's where the MAC tournament is going to be. How high up on your hierarchy of things is protecting home court?
Sure. I mean, look, we're an Under Armour school. It's protect this house. But whether you're at Maryland, whether I played at Catholic University when we won games at home, Division III school, that's why we got a lot of wins. Jack Bruin, who I played for, went to Colgate, talked about winning in Hamilton. To Greg Popovich, talk about the Spurs winning at home. If you just protect your home court. I thought that was interesting to watch the Knicks. I thought the Celtics outplayed them. But they had a chance because they were on their home court. The Times Union Center is one of the greatest places in the world to play for a mid-major team, to play in an arena like that with our fan base who's been great and loyal. And for 30, and I don't mean just this year, I mean for 35 years, this has been a premier place to play. But you have to work hard for those fans. LeVon Long did a nice thing saying how Glens Falls is our home and we got to win here. And Javion gets 1,000 points and says, I lost here as a senior at Troy. I want to win here. That was our little mini home. I was kind of bummed about the weather. Obviously, I understand people shouldn't have traveled because it was too dangerous. But I wanted to see what Glens Falls was like if it was really full. You know, we had a very nice crowd for the weather that it had. But there's nothing like playing at the Times Union Center and getting 5,000. And it's just, I've been in a lot of arenas at this level, as have you guys. It's the locker rooms are good. They're media room. You know, the sight lines, the lights, the whole tables around, the courtside seats. So I always emphasize to our players how lucky they are to play there, because I didn't play there as a player, and then I was a coach at the mid-major level where we did not play in a place like this. So, yes, we have to protect home court, and Vermont is going to be our stiffest test yet. Unbelievable job John Becker's done there. A great, great team for the mid-major level, and we have our hands full, and that's why we need our fans there. But, yes, Zach, we have to protect home court.
Well, Coach, good luck, and sorry to hear about your Ravens. I'm sure you watched Ravens Steelers over the weekend, over the holiday weekend. That was a heck of a game.
I watched. It was brutal, you know, and that's what I mean. That's sports. The Ravens have done that a few times, and nobody wants them to win more than me. They came down with a minute to go. They had to get a stop, and they couldn't. And I'm sorry I didn't come in today. Mike Demos told me to do it later, and to be replaced by Berman is really, I understand that. But understand that Mike Demos is reeling right now from George Michael's death.
Yeah.
So that was his guy. He was a Greek guy. George Michael, the singer, and it kind of threw Demos off a little. So next, I got to get in because I miss coming into the studio to see you guys.
All right, Coach. Hey, good luck tomorrow night.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Go get a win. Go get a win.
Thanks. See you, Zach.
Thank you. That's Jimmy Patsos with us every Wednesday here on Big Board Sports.